All right, YouTube. Here goes for the 2017 edition of Metal Detecting Finds Wrap Up. In general, I would say it was a pretty good year. I had some really good months, and I've had some really bad months. Middle of the summer was hot for me. I was finding a lot of stuff, rings, gold, silver, and whatnot. And really, since August, it's been pretty cold. Got slowed down a little bit by some issues with some of my machines and things like that. Machine spent some time in the shop, but overall, I can't be too upset. Ended up with a total of 86 rings total. I think final count 52 of those were junkers. And go into a little bit more detail on the jewelry in just a little bit. Plenty of clad, as you can see here. Got my total counts. I actually counted these up this morning. Took forever. Nickels, I got 441 nickels here. Total of $22.05. Dimes, 1,059 dimes right there. Some of the coins I cleaned and rolled earlier in the year. Most of these, I don't know. I think I'm just going to take them to Coinstar, put them in and see what gets taken. So $105.90 in dimes right there. Got a big pile of quarters here. 923 quarters there, which comes out to, what's that? Like $230. I did get a little bit more selective about targets. When I'm land hunting now, I pretty much just ignore penny signals. However, I still have plenty of pennies here. Those are some pennies that got cleaned earlier. Those are probably mostly crusty pennies. Those are blob pennies, unknown. Those are coppers. Yeah, the pennies are kind of annoying. I've come to that conclusion. Really not a fan of the zinc lobby, which from what I've learned is the only reason we still have pennies in circulation in the United States. So that's it for the clad. Total of about $360. Let's go to my older coins that I found. Haven't hardly found any older coins for a while now, but back in January, I found this old barber. This is, I think it's like a 1905, which was probably the best coin I found this year. Got 4 buffalo nickels there. I got 4 mercs right there. Those are pretty worn. I got 6 rosies right there. 2 silver quarters. 2 war nickels. That's an Indian head penny. Found that one in the ocean one day. It was a surprise. I got some Canadian coins. I found this 1901 large cent, Canadian cent. That was pretty cool. This is a Canadian quarter from the 60s. I think it's got some silver content. These are just some older Canadian pennies. Small pile of American wheat cents. Yeah. General, I'm sorry that the silvers aren't cleaned up. I don't really enjoy cleaning a lot of my stuff. I rather hunt than spend time cleaning up my stuff. Okay, now for the good stuff. I got this case to display some of my finds. This bottom section here, this is the gold for the year. This is platinum. This is an old piece of gold with a jade stone, and everything else varies what it is. This one's got a bunch of stones in it. One's actually missing. I think it's 14K. This is 14K white gold. It's got a bunch of small stones. This is really cool, 0.916, quote, Indian gold. Gold ring, class ring. Tried to find that person, not any luck. Pretty common name. Small gold bands, nice big gold earring here. This is a gold tooth right here. I actually found this necklace. This was an eyeball find. I was standing out in a bunch of really turbulent water, and I just saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was able to grab it. It's pretty awesome. So not too bad for the gold this year. It's better than last year, but I certainly did a lot more hunting this year than last year. Oh, I guess this is a gold bracelet, and this is like a gold, some sort of like Greek organization pendant. Most of this is all silver here, and all this stuff is marked and or tested as silver or gold. I've got a gold tester that I use. This is probably my favorite silver piece here. This is an old vintage big silver ring. This is a Tiffany silver ring. This is a huge silver bracelet. I can't remember how many grams that thing weighs, but it's a lot. Excuse me. Lots of small silver rings found throughout the year. This is I think this is made out of a old spoon, and I think it's just silver plated. This one looks like gold, but it's marked as 925. I don't know. Big silver chain, silver bracelet, big silver earring, silver chain. These are actually all just junkers. They're not marked or don't test or anything, but they look kind of nice. They probably shouldn't be in here, but whatevs. So that's kind of the good stuff for this year. Not a whole lot, but certainly could be a lot worse. Let's do the bling next. Certainly no shortage of that. Found 2 watches this year. The stainless one here actually still works. Found these 2 bracelets here. They're not gold. They tarnish really easily. Old watch there. I got a whole slew of junker rings here. I think there's like 51 of them here. And they range, from like junker mood rings to like little tiny bent up nothings. I'm probably not even going to count things like that next year. Lots of like kids rings. This one might be silver. I don't know. These are spinners. I found this one last night. It's pretty sweet. AC/DC spinner. Second target on last night's hunt. And some of them are cool. Like I remember finding this one. That was really exciting to find because it's a big old ring, but of course it's copper. Same for this guy. That's really ugly. And then, you find rings like this that, have promise, and then you hold them in your hand and you're like, oh no, it's junk. It doesn't have any weight. So, no shortage of junker rings here this year. Plenty of pins and pendants and things that I don't know exactly what they are. Necklaces. This is the earring section. This is the relic corner. I got a couple square nails here, a couple of these Cub Scout things. Here's an old, I think it's a suspender clip. Cool stuff. Some tokens that are a little bit unusual. This one's like some Woodrow Wilson token, so that's pretty old. Go over to kind of some of the other random stuff. Don't want this video to get too long. You got these stupid flattened out pennies. I hate those things. This is not all the sea glass I've found, but that's some of it. Couple of electronics. That's like an Apple charger. All kinds of random little metal bits that you end up finding. Lots of zipper pulls, of course. Keys. Everyone loses their keys at some point in time. Kids' toys, various tags, sinkers. That's not all the fishing sinkers I found this year. A lot of those go into my fishing gear. So that's just a little sample. And a lot of the silverware that I find, it's not in the house. I've got a big bucket outside. And I've got, a bag of crappy sunglasses here, a bag of kids' cars, Got a lot of stuff outside. I've got a fishing boat anchor, a small one. What else? I found something else last night. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's going to take some research. Here's foreign coins. Sorry, I didn't cover those earlier. And then I'll talk about one more thing. Back in January, I had this really interesting hunt, a couple of hunts at this site where a lot of old, interesting relics were coming up. Found old china, old pieces of brass, old spoons here, square nails, pieces of brass. These are lead seals of some sort. Just really cool stuff from a completely different era. This is a hotel room fob, an old key. But in general, it's a good year. I'm thinking about getting a second machine, a backup for my machine because I had problems this year. Anyone got any suggestions for a backup beach machine? I'd love to hear it. I'm not looking to spend as much as I did on the XCal because it's not going to be my primary machine. But yeah, if anyone's got any thoughts, I'd be interested in hearing. So that's about it for 2017. It's a good year. I can't complain. Good luck and happy hunting to everyone else out there. Prosperous 2018. Later.